See, they just did a play bow. It's Vito and Dolce. Dolce on the left, dominant female, Cane Corso. Vito just turned 1 year old. Puppy. Cane Corso male. Vito. Bring it here. He's like, come on, Tux. Play a game of tug. Tux just like, oh, heck no. Get me out of here. Tux, you want to play tug with Vito? So lovely, guys. Vito! Gypsy. Hey y'all. There's Ozzy, the alpha Cane Corso. Little Gypsy, the pit bull, playing with Vito. Vito is 1 year old. There's Lucia. Lucia! Lucia is 2 years old, female Cane Corso. Eventually we will be bred with Vito. Vito is my import male. Oh, Vito. Vito, Lucia is super large for being a female. I gotta watch my knees. They will run right into my knees. But yeah, Vito's shaping up nicely, y'all. He is looking good. He's still got lots of growing and filling out to do. But only a year and he's looking really good. Excellent temperament. I can't ask for a better temperament than dog. I'm out here with my tea. Gypsy got a rock. We got gorgeous weather right now, Texas Hill Country. I got good news, y'all. My house is under contract. If you've been following the channel, you know I haven't been posting in a while because I've been working on getting my house ready to sell. I have military orders to go to Washington State, PCS to Washington State, Victor. And so these last few weeks I've been really trying to get the yard landscaped. Because when I bought this house, it was pretty much raw land. It was a new build home, and I like it raw. I like the raw land. I didn't mind it, but as you can see, I did a lot of landscaping here. Nothing fancy, but just using the materials that were kind of here, all the rocks. Hill country is super rocky. Yeah, really updated all these flower beds and spent quite a bit of money actually on all the flowers and everything and all the mulch. But it was worth it because after 2 weeks on the market, my house got an offer from a cash buyer, which was really good. And this market is real bad right now, pretty much all across the country, especially in Texas. Houses are just not moving because the interest rates are so high. People aren't buying. And so I really lucked out and got a cash buyer, which means, you know, I don't have to worry about their loan falling through at the last minute. So yeah, y'all, so I got a month to get out of here. We set our closing date for a month out. So I don't know when I'll post this video, if it's gonna be right after I film it or not, but I'm gonna be leaving this summer, so lots of exciting stuff happening here. What you doing, Vito? But I will miss the hill country. I won't miss the heat, I will tell you that. I mean, right now it's just perfect weather, gorgeous. Rare moment when we got just perfect weather. Yeah, after this, shaping up in Texas is gonna be just it's gonna be just brutal heat, and where you can really only enjoy the outdoors for 1 to 2 hours a day, early morning and late evening, and the rest of the day is just like 100 degrees plus, super hot and humid. Ozzy, hi Papa. But I will miss my my time out here. Hi baby boy. Ozzy's getting older, y'all. You probably have noticed some changes. I've noticed some subtle changes in him. He's slowing down. Hi baby boy. Ozzy. Let's go sit over here, baby. He's slowing down a little bit. Yeah, he's gonna be 7 years old. He still does have bursts of energy here and there, but he's sleeping more throughout the day now, and he doesn't have as much stamina. Nothing serious, but he used to rough play, for longer periods of time. Whereas now, he'll play a little bit, and then he'll sit down, or he'll go inside and lay down. Nothing serious again. Like I said, I think it's just part of the aging process. He doesn't seem to have any joint problems, from what I can tell. It doesn't ever really limp or anything, so that's good. No sign of hip dysplasia. His weight has been pretty consistently good, so that's helped with his joints, I think. And they're over there eating the sugarberry tree leaves. Really nutritious for them. I'm so excited to see what kind of land I get in Washington State, y'all. It's gorgeous out there. And they don't get the brutal heat that we do here in Texas, of course. They get a lot more rain, but it's usually it's mostly just a light drizzle, which the dogs don't mind. So I'm looking at several properties in Washington. So a lot more expensive, so I won't be living anywhere near a big city. Mostly probably gonna live out in the outskirts of the city like I do here. Lucia, hi baby girl. My brother Albert has Dolce, my other female Cane Corso with the black coat, and Tux, the pit bull mix. He's got those two right now over at his house in East Texas, and he's back and forth, from my house and his house over there. So he'll be here in a week or two. So yeah, that's where, if anyone's wondering where are they, that's where they are right now. They'll be back pretty soon. Ozzy, hi Papa. Oof. Yeah, man, I just thought I'd finally get to take a break and enjoy the outdoors. Whereas before the house was under contract, it was just go, go, go. Every free minute I had, I was working on the yard, working on the house, getting the house ready to show. You get a call and there's a showing. Someone wants to view your house. So you're just like, oh, gotta load up the car, dogs in the car, and quickly stage the house with the fresh bedding, and and then when the showing's done, you gotta put all the things back. Like, I bought bedding specifically for showing the house so that it won't get dirty from the dogs. So I gotta pull all that up, put it away in the closet, put all the good rugs down, pull those back up. So it was just like fire drills all the time. So finally, this is the first day where I'm having to get, just getting a rest from all that and really enjoying the outdoor time with the dogs like I was before I put the house up for sale. You can see the grass is kind of... Hi, Litchi. Grass is greener than it's ever been. because I'm afraid to see my water bill. I've been running the sprinklers every single day, trying to make the yard look good for the showings. What's that, Oz? That's a Cane Corso for you right here. They just stick right by your side, and they've got 360 perimeter view at all times, just guarding. Lucia. She's got a beautiful structure. And I did get her hips tested and they're good. So, so she's okay to breed, actually. She's over 2 years old now. And so I'm thinking, because some of y'all have been asking, when are you going to breed her? Well, I'm thinking when I get to Washington, I will breed her in her next heat cycle. Her last heat cycle this year was in April, around April 1st. So, shoot, not long after I get to Washington, probably around early fall, she'll be probably naturally bred with Vito. And that would put the puppies ready, probably around, Christmas time, maybe. So, got a lot on my plate as far as, getting ready for that. Making sure all the registrations are up to date, getting contracts ready, getting a waiting list, all that stuff. Whew. So, yeah, y'all. Never a dull moment. But yeah, and he looking good. And those two love each other. There will be a really nice pair for mating. Yeah, you can see him in one of my more recent videos. Vito already was trying to mate with her, so I'm sure when she goes into heat, it'll be pretty much instantaneous whenever he tries to mate with her. Vito, look at his musculature. It's really developing nicely, y'all. Vito. What you got, Vito? Vito. Oh, so yeah. Let me take y'all around the yard. Show you. Yes, take a walk, baby. Vito. Oh no! Actually, I just noticed this. My sunflower, 6-foot sunflower. Ooh, fell over. Probably one of the dogs ran into it. But it is a 6-footer. No, it's probably taller than that, actually. Probably 7 feet. I should probably... there she goes. I should probably stake it down, but isn't she beautiful? Hi, Vito. So I got a row of sunflowers. Yeah. And I was supposed to have a ton of zinnias, but they didn't do as well. There's only one year. The first year I moved into this house, I had a garden full of those zinnias. It was just breathtaking. But that's my magnolia tree there. Antenna. Where's that Vito? Where's that Vito? Magnolia's gonna bloom. Oh, it's already time to cut the grass. See, out here in the hill country where I live, I don't use a lawnmower because it's just too rocky. So the entire nearly 2 acres has to be done by the weed whacker, which is a lot of work, as you can imagine. Gypsy? What you got, Gypsy? Gypsy, a rock. Yes. She has got this fascination with rocks. Digging them up, throwing them around, pretending like she's digging them up. Oh, goodness. I am so looking forward to that move. For the change in weather. Whenever it's really mild temperature out here in Texas, 70s or even 60s in the morning, I think to myself, that's how it's going to be in Washington most of the year. So I'm excited for that. Yes, my Vito. Yes, my Vito. Baby boy. And I'm not going to, although I love cactus, I have a fascination with cactus. Cactus produce some of the most gorgeous flowers, y'all. Just beautiful, but I'm not gonna miss worrying about the dogs, running into them and getting cactus needles and they're stuck in them. Oh, see, it's happened a couple times. Not gonna miss the scorpions. Yeah, she's itching her back. Although I haven't had many scorpions in the house here. Really lucked out there. But they're all around, especially in the summer they come out. So I'm not going to miss that. I will definitely miss all my family and friends, of course, but it's just a short plane ride away. And I'll be back to visit quite a bit, I'm sure. So, one thing I wanted to share with y'all, and something you should consider before you get a Cane Corso, if you're considering one and you don't have one already. I didn't consider this when I first got Ozzy, my first Cane Corso, but I had to move from the suburban neighborhood that I lived in before this because Ozzy, being he's a protective guardian breed, would just bark nonstop at the neighbors. And, it was a house like any suburban neighborhood where you have neighbors on all sides of you, close neighbors. And so I'd get a phone call almost every single day. Your dog's barking. We're trying to enjoy the outside. They had a pool. Can't enjoy our pool. We like to barbecue outside, but we can't even hear ourselves talk because of your dog. And so it was just a huge problem. So I ended up moving out here closer to a little bit more rural area. Still close enough to the city. I'm about an hour away, but 40 minutes away from the city. So now I am, of course, I'm looking for another house in a different state, but I'm really limited now on where I can live. And that's making it difficult because the market is so bad right now. There's not a lot of inventory on the market. So I'm having to look at every single house and make sure I pull up a satellite image of it and see how close are the neighbors. So as soon as I see there's a house within a stone's throw away of the yard, I exclude that house. So it's very difficult finding a place to live when you have these dogs. Now, with that said, there are people that they'll just move into a close-knit community where the neighbors are very close, but I'm telling you, you're going to have issues with the neighbors, almost guaranteed. So I just don't want to have to deal with that. I just want to, have my doggy door and let my dogs run free in and out of the house as they please and not have to worry about my dogs bothering the neighbors. So it's something that you don't always consider as strongly when you have other dogs. Of course, any dog is going to bark, and it could always be a problem wherever you go, but it's more so with the Cane Corso because they're so protective and because their barks are so loud. It's a deep and loud bark. And they carry, the bark carries like from several streets over. It's so loud. Probably one of the loudest barks I've ever heard from a dog. So I just wanted to mention that to anybody. That might be thinking of getting a Corso. Definitely make friends with the neighbors before you get the Corso would be helpful. And tell them, explain to them. Just try to get off on the right foot with them, as so to speak, because anything you can do to soften the assault on their ears that they're about to have, could be helpful in your favor. Because what I did when I first moved in moved into the new neighborhood anyway, is that I made sure I knew where my neighbors were, who they were. And I only had like one neighbor that was kind of close, just behind the property. I don't have any close neighbors on either side, left or right, but just behind the property where I put up the wooden fence there. I actually reached out to those neighbors when they happened to be in their yard and, introduced myself, introduced the dogs through the fence. And we exchanged numbers, and I said, please call me if my dogs are ever bothering you. So I kind of preemptively went and set the stage for, hey, I'm not being a jerk by just letting my dogs be unruly and being inconsiderate. And so then I would call them. I've got a camera outside there by the doggy door, so I would hear them bark sometimes at work when I would look at the camera. And then I would text the neighbor and say, oh, hey, sorry, I just noticed my dog's barking on my outdoor cam, and I'm really sorry if that's bothering you. Please let me know. And so I did that for the first couple weeks, and so they were very nice. They're like, oh, no, dogs are dogs. So I think that really helped with that relationship. And so because if I had just moved in here with all my dogs and not got acquainted with the neighbors and not let them know that I'm willing to work with them, and that please let me know if my dogs are bothering. If I had just been quiet, it could have gone differently. They could have been like, oh my gosh, this is a problem, and they could have called animal control and said, hey, this is a noise disturbance, and then I could have been investigated. All that sort of stuff. It can go south very quickly. Or you can have someone call and say, I feel threatened by these dogs. These dogs are acting aggressively toward me. And then maybe there's a breed restriction that you didn't know about. And then, you could cause all kinds of trouble. So I'm just saying all this so you can consider before you buy a Cane Corso, if you're at that point. Is it us? Oh, is it us? See, his hackles are up. Tail straight up. They're always on guard. Good boy, us. But see, he's not barking excessively. He's just really discreet in what he wants to really go investigate. Vito. Lucia. But anyways, y'all, Just checking in with everybody to say hi. I'm trying to get back on track with posting more regularly. But thanks for tuning in and watching, and hope you're all having a good day, and we'll see you on the next one. Where's Vito? Lucia. Where's Lucia? Vito. Get some water, baby. Vito. Vito. Ozzy. What's that, Oz? Ozzy. What's that, Oz? What's that, Oz? Hi, Papa. Ozzy. This my baby boy. Yes. This my baby boy.
Like the size of the pup cups. They didn't put a tariff on the cream. Why do you keep shrinking the pup cups?
Vito wants to speak to the manager.
They didn't put tariffs on dairy. I didn't just fall off the turnip truck.
Speak to the manager about the size of these pup cups. Vito says he wants to speak to the manager.